Thank you so much for being with me on this demo. My name is Albeida Sadiq. I'm a senior solutions architect at AWS. This demo is about predicting customers' complaint based on the customer's current network experiences and how to handle that complaint with automated assurance. Now, this demo is built in collaboration with three of our partners, ServiceNow, RADCOM, and Infosys. So let me walk you through some of the challenges that we're trying to address with this demo. Now, as per Forrester research, 50% of the calls that come into a call center are related to network outage, or network issues, but also 15% of the total churn rate is related to service outage. So as you can think about or imagine, for operators, these are big concerns because if you cannot handle them in a timely manner, that will drive the customer satisfaction down, as well as it increases the churn rate, as well as also it decreases or affects our NPS score. So this is a serious problem the operators are facing today. So how do we address the challenge with the solution? So if you look at this kind of the diagram, the heart of the solution is this piece, which is an AI model that our partner RADCOM and ServiceNow built together. So this is the model that is actually predicting the customer's complaint. And it uses ticketing data from ServiceNow, but also uses the network assurance data from RADCOM. And using that, we build this model on a SageMaker framework and other capabilities. To leverage that AI model, we also built multiple agents. Some agents, as an example, this agent is handling the complaint validation. This agent is doing impact analysis. Also, this agent is doing incident creation. So all those agents, many of them are there as well, were orchestrated through an orchestrated agent that leveraging the ServiceNow AI agent fabric, which is deployed on AWS Bedrock. So using that end-to-end orchestrations and AI model, we're able to address that, complaint issues and predict the outcome or handling that issues in going forward. Now, let me quickly jump into the demo. So here's a customer that called in to your call center or operator's call center. Her name is Jane Gray. So she's having some network issues. Could be their signals dropping or could be internet issues. But if you look at in ServiceNow portal, the experience that this customer has, whether it's a video service or voice service or data services, the RADCOM applications feeding the data to ServiceNow, and you can see a snapshot, what is the customer's experience. And one thing I wanted to highlight is that using this data, the model is predicting there is a 90% chance this customer is going to complain based on all the data that is getting fed from RADCOM. Now, as a support engineer, I want to know more about why that is the case, why this customer is feeling like that. To do that, I'll kind of quickly take you to a video that we put together for this. In this particular case, a network engineer or support engineer wants to know more about this case, which is related to that customer that called in. I showed you the previous screen. So I want to know more about what's really going on with this case in terms of the network view. Now, let me take you through that journey. As I mentioned in the diagram, there are multiple agents are working. And one of the agents is called the complaint validation. Now, we want to make sure that this customer that is calling is really there is an issue or not. So this agent behind the scene is working, collecting all the data from the network, and it's giving me the information that's saying, well, I'm looking at the radio experience data, the delays in the data. Using that information, I can tell you that this case actually is validated. There is a network issue, right? So this agent is doing all the heavy duty so that as a human being, I don't have to collect the data and analyze data, which makes my life a lot easier. Now, the next agent that kicks in here is, I want to know, is this really a Jane Gray issue, the customer that called in, or there's other customers that are also being impacted like this? So as you can see, the next agent, which is the impact analyzer agent, it's already calling out that, well, this is not only a Jane Grey issue, there are other customers that are in your network that have a very similar experiences, but also having the similar issues. So now I know this is actually a bigger impact in my network. So let me walk you through the next step. Like, what do I want to do? Do I want to create an incident case, which I said yes. And if you look at, there's a next agent that kicks in here, which is creating the incident case in ServiceNow. Now, what is important to call out here is that this incident that it's being created, now what can you do with that incident? So automatically what it did, it collected all the data that is all those agents are actually gathered, create the incident, but in ServiceNow now, you can create a workflow. And using the data, now you can automate some of the tasks. One could be, hey, go send somebody to the field and fix this maybe cell tower. Or it could be, I need to add more capacity in my network. So now you can start to orchestrate some of the additional activities proactively so that customers' satisfaction remains high and the network doesn't get degraded. So that is sort of the demo here, but how does it actually, like I still don't have visibility on the network. I want to know more about in the network, what is causing, which features in the network that are causing this network degradation. To do that, I will jump into quickly another partners portal, which is the RADCOM one. As you can see, those blue bars where it's kind of calling out saying, these are the informations that I have collected in this RADCOM modules, which is significantly impacting my network experiences. Some of them could be the signal issues, some of them could be my data packet drop issues. So those are the attributes the model actually collected, and then using the information, it came back with that score to say this customer's experience is 80% of, and that can affecting your performance, right? Now, as a operation manager, I want to know again, is this only one customer or is it across my network? And to do that, I have an interesting heat map that I can go to in this RADCOM screen. That tells me that, as you can see there, multiple dots are forming. And what it's calling out is that this is no longer a one customer issue. You have multiple sites in your network where the customers are having network issues, and there's a good chance that some of the customers will eventually complain. So now have a broader perspective how to handle and how to address this bigger impact that I have. Now, what does it really mean after putting the solutions in your environment? What does it really mean to an operators? Like, what are the benefits they're getting? And how does architecture actually look like? So to do that, what did we do? As I mentioned, that we're collecting data from ServiceNow, TSOM and TSM modules, which is the ticketing data. RADCOM is providing the KPI data. And then we use that information to build the training and inference models on SageMaker. Now, one thing our partners kind of highlighted that because of the many compute choices that SageMaker provides, that's one of the reasons that they wanted to go with these solutions, go with these architectures of the flexibility that SageMaker is providing. But also in the generative AI side, we use Bedrock, our flagship product, with the supported guardrails and the vector embedding that we have. Again, the value proposition there for AWS, at least from our partner point of view, that when they go to an operator with this solution, many operators have their preferred LLM choices. So Bedrock gives up flexibility where they can go from one LLM to other LLM, but the API interface will remain the same. So that was one of the biggest strengths they called out in this implementation. And then, of course, the inference capabilities that SageMaker provides to predict that model and different algorithms that it provides also made it easier for them to come and develop the solution. So once the solution is in place, what is the benefit that our operators saying? Based on the initial results that we got from our testing, because now that we have collected data from many places in the network and agents are kind of driving the insights, that brought the ticket resolution down by 30%, which is a considerable number. But also now that you are taking proactive actions, you figure out what is happening in your network before it actually happens. It reduces the ticket volume by 40%. And but now that you are actually handling customers' issues before it's happening, customers are generally more happier now. And that is also improving the churn rate by 3%. That means a 3% less churn rate than you would have seen without this solution. So these are significant data points that we have seen so far based on our initial test results. But that's really what is this all about. And if you have any further questions, feel free to reach out to me. Thank you, and I appreciate your time today.